Good morning and welcome to this special Veterans Day edition of Palomar Live. I'm Ian Lofbaum.
And I'm Alicia Britton. Today we have a fantastic show lined up for you. Gerald Hampton from the National Naval Officers Association is here to tell us how they're giving back to military families.
Kurt Schwend is also joining us today to show us how our servicemen and women stay connected with their children while deployed.
Gail Chatfield and retired Navy Captain Ron Pickett are here to talk about the Veterans Writing Group that is inspiring veterans everywhere to pick up a pen and tell their stories.
All this and more on today's episode of Palomar Live.
Thanks for joining us. Tomorrow is Veterans Day, and there's a lot going on around San Diego County.
See what being on an aircraft carrier is really like at the USS Midway Museum. Explore the flight deck and see military aircraft up close. If you're a veteran or active duty, remember to bring your military ID because you and your family get in free. Visit www.midway.org.
A veterans ceremony will be held here at Palomar College in front of the Veterans Memorial. The wall was built during the Vietnam era to honor students of Palomar that were drafted into service. The ceremony starts at 11 a.m.
The San Diego Veterans Day Parade will be held in downtown San Diego. The parade starts on North Harbor Drive, 1 block south of Grape Street, and will continue until Pacific Coast Highway just past the Midway Museum. The parade starts at 11 a.m. and ends at 1 p.m. To find the best place to view the parade, go to www.sdvetparade.org.
Coming up, our first guest is making an impact in the local community, granting scholarships to military families.
That's right, Alicia. You definitely don't want to miss this. However, we're going to leave you with a little clip as we go to break. We spoke to a few of our local veterans earlier this week and asked them if they could say a few words about their service. Don't go anywhere. Palomar Live will be right back.
Hi, I'm Leo John Chapinski Sr., and this message goes out to all my fellow Marines, leathernecks, jarheads, devil dogs. I want to wish you a very happy Marine Corps birthday. I served in the Marines from 70 to 81, got out for 20 years, grew a long beard like ZZ Top. Planes hit New York City. I went back in again from 2001 to 2004. And I just want to thank each and every one of you for your service. God bless you.
You know what, guys? There's a lot of tree branches and dry brush over here. We should probably move the bonfire over there.
I'm guessing Smokey liked that idea.
Can you help me with this? My new dad teaches me all kinds of stuff.
Sure.
He helps me with homework.
That would be 3.6795.
Thanks.
Yep.
He helps me with my decision making.
I wouldn't use this one. Ever.
And he's even teaching me how to drive.
And that's why cars have bumpers.
I'm learning so much.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are.
They say that when you're facing extreme danger, your life flashes before you. If you think that's sad, consider facing it before you even have enough life to flash before your eyes. Deaths and injuries can be prevented by using the right car seat. Visit safercar.gov/therightseat to know what is appropriate for each age and size.
Welcome back. If you're enjoying yourself or have a question about our show, make sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Palomar Live TV.
In today's world, a higher education is everything. It's a goal for many students, but sometimes hard to grasp with prices of tuition.
That's right. Many military families receive benefits and can pursue a degree, but sometimes it's not enough. Gerald Hampton from the National Naval Officers Association helps grant scholarships to these families in need. It's a pleasure to have you on the show, Gerald.
You.
Well, good morning. Thank you for having me. I'd also like to say happy 241st birthday to my fellow Marines.
All right, happy 241st birthday of the Marine Corps. Now, so what exactly is your association? What do you guys do?
Well, the National Naval Officers Association, the acronym NNOA, was founded in 1970, and primarily because at the time the U.S. Naval Academy was looking for ways to improve minority recruiting. And so the organization currently is comprised of officers from what we call the Sea Services, which are the United States Marine Corps, the United States Navy, and the Coast Guard. And the mission is to recruit, develop, and retain highly qualified officers that basically represent the best the United States has to offer.
Oh, that's wonderful.
That is amazing. And around how many scholarships are granted each year?
Well, with our scholarship program, we do a lot of things in the community, but that is pretty much our signature activity. The scholarships range anywhere from 6 to 10 scholarships a year.
Wow.
That's amazing.
That's wonderful. Now, how big are these scholarships? Like, and do they kind of like vary in size?
Well, the scholarship on average is about $2,500 per student, and the individuals that are eligible to receive the scholarships are high school seniors, graduating high school seniors, actually in the areas of San Diego County, Orange County, and also Riverside County.
Oh, wow.
And
That's
what
wonderful.
exactly are you looking for in these students to give them a scholarship?
Well, for the officer program, there are many pipelines that feed into that. However, one of the primaries are those individuals that go to college and receive a 4-year degree. So our effort is to assist financially in doing that. So we try and seek out those individuals that are going to college and apply for our scholarship. And one of the conditions is that 50% of all scholarships that we give go to the enlisted or dependents of enlisted people. So anyone is eligible or can apply for the scholarship, but at least 50% of those go to dependents of enlisted personnel.
Oh, wow, well, that's wonderful. Now, how can someone apply for the scholarships?
Well, it's quite easy. We have on our NNOA chapter website, a particular link for the scholarships. They simply need to go there and they can download the applications, the FAQs that tell them how to apply. Typically, it's a matter of filling out the information and also writing a short essay about why they are seeking the scholarship and how it would impact them.
Now, is this only for Navy dependents or military families in general?
Well, actually, it is for, like, as I said earlier, 50% goes to dependents of enlisted personnel, so that can actually be from any branch. But then the other scholarships can go to anyone who desires to apply, because once again, we believe very strongly in that college pipeline for our officer programs.
That's wonderful. Now, so in those 6 to 10 scholarships that you guys give out a year, are they all basically, do they all have the same kind of requirements, or do you guys sort of do like different kinds of scholarships, like, you know, with like different sort of like GPA requirements, or like different kind of like affirmative action kind of scholarships, or are they all kind of the same?
All of the scholarships are pretty consistent and similar in nature. The one exception would be that occasionally we have an opportunity to partner with our national chapter, and we also give out scholarships related to STEM, and now it's transitioning to STEAM.
Alrighty. Well, thank you so much for being on the show.
Well, thank you for having me.
Thank you. If you want to know more about the National Naval Officers Association Scholarship or make a donation, you can go to www.nnoa-camppendleton.org.
We're going to have to take a quick break, but when we come back, we'll be talking with Kurt Schwend from United Through Reading, an organization that helps keep a strong bond between parents and their children while deployed.
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move, so I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day, I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
Digital Broadcasting Arts program at Palomar College is just a fantastic experience. The program really gives you all the hands-on experience you could possibly need to get started in the television industry.
I think one of the things we do best here at Palomar College is to provide students with a hands-on learning opportunity, so they are able to create a demo tape that's going to get them jobs, and it's going to get them into higher placement and four-year transfer programs.
You're using high-end equipment, you're using really nice lights. We have an entire production studio. We have a news control room. There's lots of equipment that you can use and get really good hands-on experience using, and it's an award-winning program.
They really teach you everything That's why anyone that's interested in doing TV or radio should really take advantage of the DBA program here at Palomar College.
Welcome back. Make sure to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Palomar Live TV. Share and use the hashtag Palomar Live.
We're here now with Kurt Schwen from United Through Reading to tell us how they help military families stay connected when they're deployed. It's great to have you on the show, Kurt.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Can you tell us a little bit about what the United Through Reading is?
Well, for me, as I know for a lot of people, one of my fondest childhood memories is my parents reading aloud to me, either at bedtime or during the day. United Through Reading is an organization that was founded 27 years ago, and our goal, our mission, is to help military families stay connected by repeating that read aloud experience even while those military members may be deployed in service to the country.
That's wonderful. Now, how do you guys accomplish that? Do you guys mostly do stuff through Skype, or what's the process?
Well, actually, we love Skype. We love anything that helps keep military families connected. But at United Through Reading, we focus on those deployed service members. Navy ships, forward deployed military bases, they don't have access to broadband, reliable internet access. So Skype and FaceTime typically won't work for them or won't work well. You also face the issues of time zones. So, you know, if mom or dad is in Afghanistan trying to communicate with their son or daughter back in the United States, you've got time zone issues, you've got bedtime issues, you've got attention issues, and then you add to that bandwidth issues. So what United Through Reading does is we create a repeatable, reliable experience by videotaping the service member reading a bedtime story or book to their child. We convert that video into DVD, and then we send the DVD and the book home so that the child at home can have that repeatable time with their deployed parent, and they can watch it over and over and over again.
That's so wonderful.
That is amazing. And how often do these service members get to make and send out these videos?
Well, United Through Reading is in over 200 locations around the world. We're deployed with Navy ships. We deployed with forward deploy units. One of the Navy chaplains deployed with one of the SEAL teams recently. And they can read as many times as they want. They can create as many videos as they want. We will send the books and the videos home, and it's all done free of charge to the service members.
Wow, that's amazing.
Wonderful. Now, how do you guys get all of your books, and can people at home donate?
Well, absolutely, people at home can donate. The best way to donate is by going to unitedthroughreading.org and clicking on our Donate Now button. In addition to that, we take that money and we work with an organization called First Book. And through First Book, we can buy children's books at greatly discounted prices. So we prefer the cash donation so that we can then turn what might be one book into 3 books. And then we ship those books out to the deployed locations, to the ships, to the forward deployed bases, and then those books can be read and sent home.
That's wonderful.
And out of all the cases and families that you've met, is there any that stood out to you? Any stories?
Well, there are many. One of the things I would say, since our inception 27 years ago, we've served over 2 million service members, children, and their families. In 2015, we served almost 100,000 alone that year, and we're on track to exceed that this year. My favorite stories are the stories about the parents who come home and their children run right to them. I mean, we've all heard stories of military parents coming home from long deployments, and the child is hiding behind the other parent, and they're not comfortable because they haven't known this person. They haven't been in the house. With United Through Reading, that face is present. It's in the house. They're co-parenting, even though they're thousands of miles away. And when they get off the ship, or they get off the plane, or they walk in from the airport, we have many people tell us that the children go right to them and recognize them. We have some great videos on our website of children, touching dad's face because they've seen dad on TV for this entire deployment. They've seen him every day. And when he comes home and the child runs right to him, he picks up the child and he's touching his face. It's like, you're real, you're here, you're not on TV anymore. Those are the kind of stories that really impact me, and it's why I do what I do.
That's so inspiring. That is really, really incredible. Now, so are there other ways other than just donating that people can participate in United Through Reading?
Absolutely, we do take volunteers. We have a volunteer link on our website. So again, unitedthroughreading.org. There's a section where you can fill out a form to volunteer to help us out, and we welcome volunteers anytime.
Oh, wow. Well, what an outstanding story. I know I can't imagine what it feels like just to see your mom or dad reading a bedtime story to you from a different country entirely.
And thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
It's amazing what we could achieve today with technology. Right now we have to take another break, but when we come back, we'll be talking with Gail Chatfield about the Veterans Writing Group.
That's right. Don't go anywhere.
Hi, I'm Mark Desens. I want to wish all those Marines out there a happy 241st birthday and a happy Veterans Day to all veterans, former, current, and future, those who are serving at home and those who are serving overseas. Thank you for your service.
I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make. I make learning a privilege, not a chore, and frustration a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy and giving up impossible. I make an old subject feel like a fresh thought and unconventional methods common. I'm a teacher. I make more.
Really? Buzz, what's up, man? You left some leaves burning out here.
Yeah, I just just came in just for a second.
Come on, man. If it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave. You could torch the whole neighborhood.
It's a good point there, Smokey.
9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Hey, it's Ava, and this is Tess from Do Your Selfie, where we recreate the hottest looks from today's biggest music videos.
After cleaning out our closet, we have a lot of clothes we don't wear anymore.
Like this old pile of t-shirts.
It's not garbage, it's actually a new rug.
And to make it, all you need to do is cut, tie, and glue.
Cut the t-shirt into strips.
Tie the strips into knots.
And glue the knots to the bath mat. I love it. Give your garbage another life.
And recycle.
Welcome back to Palomar Live. We're here with Gail Chatfield and retired Navy Captain Ron Pickett from the Veterans Writing Group to talk about their program and their new book, Away for the Holidays, that was recently published. Hi, and welcome to the show.
Glad to go.
Pleasure to be here.
So can you please tell us a little bit about your book?
The book actually started as a writing prompt last year. Tell us about your times you were away from home during the holidays. And the stories that came back were so heartbreaking and heartrending and so inspiring. We thought that maybe other people might enjoy reading these stories too, so we put them in a book.
Wow. So the Veterans Writing Group, you guys are a collection then of veterans, and you guys just get together and you write. How exactly do you guys work?
Well, we meet once a month at the Veterans Association of North County. We have veterans from World War II, Korea, Vietnam, Iraq, and Afghanistan that come and share. They all share a love of writing and wanting to share their stories, be they fiction, nonfiction, poems, all sorts of genres.
And what we provide is a safe, accepting, encouraging atmosphere that will encourage them to actually get their stories written. There's a lot of difference between telling a story for 100 times at a bar and actually sitting down at a computer and writing it. It takes a much different investment.
Mm-hmm.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Of course. Yeah. Now, so I understand. I know that a lot of times creative processes like writing, they can be a big help to people with like PTSD and motor skill problems. Do you guys have any sort of experience with that in the group?
Well, we're not a therapy group per se, but writing can be very therapeutic. And I think since they all are veterans, there's that shared bond, that shared understanding. Everyone has been there and done that, so they feel a very safe, secure a place to share their thoughts and their feelings with complete understanding and empathy. You agree?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And we've seen some really great improvements in people getting their stories told, many for the first time, being able to talk about things that they haven't done in the past. And so that's the advantage of actually writing something down.
Now, Ron, I actually understand you have a story in the book. Would you mind telling us a little bit about that?
I'd be delighted. My story is about a time when I was deployed to Vietnam in Christmas 1971. What I tried to do in the story, not much happens in the story. It's a day we had off. But what I tried to capture was the sense of Christmas cards in our ready room bunker, floating in the air conditioning, seeing garlands in the mess hall, and things that made the connection. Here we are in Vietnam, dropping bombs, shooting rockets, and during this downtime, this connection with the holidays. So I think that was the intention of my story. Some of the stories in this book are really heavy duty in combat. Mine is a very different approach.
Sort of about the juxtaposition almost between the sort of ideas of war and the ideas of Christmas and the being kind to one another.
Exactly.
Wow, that's very cool. Now, how can a veteran watching this show right now get involved with you guys?
Oh, it's very easy. We have a website, veteranswritinggroup.org. It comes on, it shows us our calendar. We meet the first Saturday of the month from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Anyone can come and join. That we don't charge anything. It's free. You just have to have a love of writing. Come and check us out. We encourage any veteran if they want to share their stories, and we'll help them. We have mentors that come and offer their expertise in writing. So you will be supported and you will improve your writing. There is no doubt about it. And you may even be published in a book later. You might do another one.
Yeah, about 75% of the authors in this book have never been published before.
Wow.
This is their very first time of actually seeing their name in print. And it really is great to watch them develop and emerge and become very successful and competent writers.
And where exactly can we buy this book?
Amazon. Amazon.com. And we are having a book launch party on November 19th, which is on a Saturday at 3 o'clock at the Veterans Association of North County, and copies will be available. We'll have some open mic readings and share a little bit more about what we are and what we do.
And I want you to get, we have collected some support funds and donations, and we're going to make a copy of this book available to all of the patients in the Balboa Hospital, the Pendleton Hospital, the VA Hospital, and then we'll have copies available for the USO in the airport so that they can give them out to people who are traveling over the holiday season.
And a sale of this book offers 3 free copies that we can donate, and that's something that the group decided they wanted to do, was to give back to the community, to share their stories.
Wow, that's so wonderful.
amazing.
Now, was it hard to convince some of the veterans to write, and some things that can be very, very difficult, certainly?
Oh yes, it can be. Some are natural writers, others are very hesitant, and we had to work with them to be able to produce their best stories. And some of these stories are just fantastic. There's a Christmas in Kandahar that is just really emotional, and others are some great poems that really share the human experience, and we're very proud of each and every one of these writers. They did a tremendous job.
Alrighty, well, thank you so much for being on the show, you guys.
Thanks for having us.
I know I'm looking forward to reading the book. I think it'll give great insight into the experiences that our service members have gone through.
We have a special story for you today. A World War II pilot finally took the plunge and went skydiving for the first time. At 94 years young, Craig Smith reports.
People who love skydiving are probably sick of the old joke, why would you jump out of a perfectly good airplane? Well, now you can add to that, why would you jump out of a perfectly good plane if you're 94 years old? 94 years will not stop Earl Scott. For him, this exhilarating moment in the air connects to a more dangerous time in the air more than 60 years ago. He flew P-51 Mustangs in World War II, never had to use his parachute then, but saw others jump for their lives. During the war, when people used parachutes, they were in trouble. You're doing this voluntarily.
That's correct. Yes, of course. That's why I saw so many of them. Their airplanes were on fire, and some of the airplanes were coming apart, the wings coming off.
Of course, the world has changed, and Earl Scott is different from the young pilot in the skies over wartime Europe. But he told his friends he was curious about parachuting and determined to give skydiving a try. Did the word crazy come up? Did they use that in your direction? Did they say?
Yeah. And a lot of other words that I didn't think were applicable to.
But he was determined. He went to Skydive Arizona in Eloy, and his friends at Desert Springs Retirement Community came along to watch him jump.
I was a little shocked, I think, and then knowing Earl, it's just one of those things.
So here he goes, stepping out at 13,000 feet, strapped to an instructor for some flying without a plane. And a soft landing in front of an appreciative audience.
That was sure an experience.
Hey, you wanted it, you got it, you did it, it's great.
And now Earl Scott is deciding what his next adventure will be.
Yeah, I guess I'm that kind of a person.
In Eloy, Craig Smith, KGUN 9 on your side.
That's an amazing story. I can't imagine going skydiving at 94. I can't even go skydiving now.
I know, I completely agree, but it is really incredible the things that our veterans can do for this
absolutely.
country. So, you know, speaking of veterans, even though Veterans Day, obviously it's a sort of remembrance, but it's a celebration too. Do you have any plans for Veterans Day, Alicia?
Well, actually, I do. You see, I have two grandfathers that were in the military. One unfortunately passed away, so we're going to go visit his memorial. And then also my family likes to get together and have a barbecue, and that's always fun. So what about you? What are you doing?
Honestly, me, I'm a little bit boring. I'm just I'm doing college applications for this whole section of the year. You know how it is, everyone out there, and especially all you who go to Palomar. Please, right now is the time to apply to UCs if you want to. There are some great educational opportunities here in California.
And don't forget about the FAFSA. You also need to be sure to apply for the scholarships.
Yes, certainly.
Just like the military one.
Now, this is the 241st Marine Corps birthday, and we would like to extend a special thank you to our executive producer, Serena Reed, who served in the military, in the Marines, for 20 years in the Combat Camera Division and retired as a captain. Serena, this is to you. Oh, there she is right there. You make this show.
Thank you.
You know,
inspire
you're
all of us
wonderful.
every single day.
So it means so much to you, and we hope you have a wonderful Marine Corps birthday.
Oh, look at her. Oh, look at that. She teaches us. That's our teacher.
Yeah. Captain Serena Reed. Amazing. It is so wonderful to work under someone who is so qualified. All right, well, thank you very much to all of our guests for being here in the studio with us on this special edition of Palomar Live.
Once again, you could stay connected with us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Palomar Live TV, and continue the conversation on social media using #Palomar Live.
That's all the time that we have for today, but before we go, the entire crew of Palomar Live wants to once again spend a special Marine Corps birthday wish and Happy Veterans Day to our co-executive producer, Serena Reed.
Serena spent 20 years in the Marine Corps, as you know, and she's doing great, earning the rank of captain. So from all of us here at Palomar Live, Happy Veterans Day, happy 241st birthday, Marines, and thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.